Good.
All right, we ready for that intro? We can
Mhm.
hear you, baby. We can hear you. Opio, can you hear me?
I got you.
Check. Everybody now. Opio, I'm gonna need you to go into the camera a little bit more. We seeing half your face over here. All right. You ready to hit that intro? It is time. All right, for the 50/50 Music Podcast. Let's go. Yes. Tap into the music, the 50/50 Music Group podcast every Sunday morning. We running a little late this morning, some technical issues, but you know what? We here. And we have a special guest. But before we introduce you, let's introduce ourselves. I'm your girl, D'Lyte. All right. And Opio, go ahead.
And I'm OP, man, 50/50 Music Group.
All right.
Cool.
And we got Two-Face Capone Music Group, part of 50/50 Music Group, UMG. We in here. We had to tap in and let you come in and be a guest. And we want to kind of, hear about your movement, your label, how is it working with our label. And we just want to get into it. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna talk to you a little bit, Two-Face, in a second.
Let's go over some of the other stuff before we get into, get to Face a little bit.
Before we get to Face. Yes. Yeah. Well, we always kick it off first with the music report. And before we start talking about the music biz report right here on 50/50 Music Podcast, our topic today is going to be top strategies for better music marketing. So you guys have to talk about that, or you guys got to listen because this is going to be good. It's going to be a lot of key strategies to help you in your music careers, all right, your record labels, etc. So we're going to get into that. So just stay tuned, like and share, tell somebody. Share this podcast link with somebody right now. Leave us a comment. If you have a question, you can always email us at podcast@5050mg.com as well. All right. So without further ado, the music biz report. Now, everybody was talking about what happened on Friday at Travis Scott Astro World Festival. Okay. So I just want to share my screen real quick and actually, let me see, share my screen, share my tab here. Let's see. Astro World. Yeah. All right. So I wanted to kind of talk about this real quick. Can you guys hear this? Can you guys hear that?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Fair use too, by the way, fair use. So 8 dead after a chaotic music festival in Houston. Our boy Travis Scott, he had this music festival and it just went bad.
As the timer got closer to coming down to 0, it got worse and worse. And I looked at my boyfriend Sam and I told him, I was like, we have to get out of here, because I just felt, I was having constant pressure on my chest, constant pressure on my back. It was from the side. I was being squeezed. I tried to lift up my arms to make more room for myself. It wasn't working. So right when he started performing his first song, I looked at my boyfriend. I said, we have to get out of here. He said, I can't. We can't. We couldn't. And then I just remember looking up and passing out. And then
That's one thing. And then can you guys see this screen too? The screen where Travis is getting ready. Can you see this next screen where he's going to comment on it? No. I that's always like that. Let's see. I'm going to share this screen real quick. I'm trying to share the one where Travis actually responds to it. Yeah, let's see.
Concert goers said it felt like a death trap when rapper Travis Scott took the stage, and suddenly the crowd started surging toward that stage.
So it was packed. Now we're in the middle of a pandemic.
8 people were killed, dozens were hurt. And just a short time ago, Scott posted about the tragedy on his Instagram account. Here you go.
to the ones that was lost last night. We're actually working right now to identify the families so we can help assist them through this tough time. You know, my fans really mean the world to me, and I always just really want to leave them with a positive experience. Anytime I can make out, anything that's going on, I stop the show and, help them get the help they need.
Well, you guys, we're going to go ahead and stop sharing that screen right now, but that's not what happened. People are dragging him. Oh, shoot. Let me go ahead and cut that off now. But people are dragging Travis Scott, and that was fair use using those clips, by the way, fair use. But people are dragging him because they said he kept performing while there was chaos and everything ensuing, people being stampeded and everything, as an artist, like what do you do, but I know you shouldn't keep performing. I think you gotta, in a way, try to assist with, maybe controlling the crowd, because that's what you're supposed to do as an MC, microphone control.
I mean, he's an artist. He probably didn't even know what was going on at the time. He just performing, and you got people, in place to take care of those things. So it probably, from his aspect, when he was performing, it didn't look as serious as it was going, because they probably didn't inform him while he was on stage that people was really being trampled and really being, and
but
people
you have to see that from above.
I mean, not when you performing. You in a mode when you performing. You are in a mode. You know what I mean? Until somebody say, "Hey, stop!" We gotta cut it. We gotta cut it. As soon as if his music cuts off. And then you come out of that performance mode, you're like, what's going on? And then someone come, so I think they probably had people in place for those type of precautions. You know what I mean? For that stuff to take place. You know what I mean? But I just think it was overpopulated. That's what
the venue,
the venue was just
the security.
Yeah.
It just
they were showing people just bad. Running in. They were showing people running in through the gate.
Yeah. So you know what? One thing that my elder, said yesterday in church is that, if you see people running the same way, you need to run the opposite direction. You need to do the opposite of what the crowd is doing. You need to go the other way. Yeah. So that was and it just, some people, the conspiracy theorists and people like that kind of talk about it looked like some type of ritual and all that, but the brother looked he looked hurt by the whole situation. We just send condolences out to all of the families that lost, young people, like 14. These kids, these were kids, these were young adults that, and some even children that their lives were taken. And this probably one of their first concerts experiences, So it's pretty tragic. I just couldn't imagine.
I can surely he felt a little responsible for that, but hey.
And then they canceled. It was a good idea, though. He was about to compete with Coachella.
You bring out the heavy hitters on every. That's where you bring out all the heavy hitters. He brought out who he brought out. He brought out Drake. He brought out who else was it? Who else was it that he brought out? It was a lot of them.
It was definitely like a festival mode. Yeah, it was festival mode. It was really a great I guess almost competitor to like a Coachella festival. Yeah. So and I was contacted by Travis Scott touring about 2 years ago, maybe before the pandemic, because one of our other client is the Silent Partner, which is a concert promoter out of Dallas, Houston, and does shows. And so they were willing and wanting to work with him. But at the time, my guy really kind of focuses on your Frankie Beverly and Mays, your Charlie Wilsons. He he really doesn't dabble too much in hip hop. And I know this morning or yesterday morning, he was waking up like, man, I'm glad we didn't get involved with them. Just because, it looks like it was a sellout, huge event. But if the crowd, you don't have crowd control and the right protocols in place, And you're like you said, it's just way too many people, like way
Yeah.
too many people, and you wouldn't even think that we
I don't
are
think
in
they
a pandemic
expected-
right now.
Yeah, I don't think they expected those, that many people to come in and be.
But if you look at Coachella and all of them, like I can't, like I used to work with AEG. I used to work with Golden Voice. You get what I'm saying? The company that actually does these concerts and events. And I, even being able to go for free, I still didn't go because I just don't want to be in a mosh pit of people in crowds like that. It just scares the crap out of me.
I don't do big crowds. I don't do big crowds.
Nah, so can't do it. Especially when you see people down in the middle. It's like, dang, how do they get out of there? I just can't do it. You got to use the bathroom, all that kind of stuff. I'm just like, nah, I can't do it. So anyways, we'll move on because we definitely want to get to our special guest. And so let me just say this, because we don't want to, I didn't bring too much news today, but I did want to, for you to comment on the Jasmine brand brought out this article on Summer Walker, which talked about her deal. And I wanted to get your comment. And they talked about her contract here. And, so she's locked into a low royalty structure for what it appears for an undetermined amount of time. See what I'm saying? So her deal, pretty much, they were talking about, she became a trending topic. This is Summer Walker this week, amid the release of her sophomore album, Still Over It. But she's under a brutal recording contract. So some of these, this stuff that now with the internet, it's being exposed. So it says details of her agreement with her record label and management company, Love Renaissance and Interscope, have been released, and it's said to be one that's not favorable for the singer. One draft for the contract, which ultimately it was signed in November 2017, suggested that Summer Walker would have to hand over her earnings not related to music, such as acting. The contract is signed reportedly includes an $85,000 initial advance, bumped down from $115,000 from a previous draft, which would increase for each album. Then it says, and also had a royalty rate of 15%. Okay. After being listed as 16% in the previous draft, the advance and royalty rate are said to be below the industry's average. She also surrenders her right to her masters. Under another draft, Summer Walker would receive more benefits if she let LVR manage her, despite the conflict of interest that would create, considering LVNR or whatever as her serves as her label. So at one point in time, I thought she was signed to Top Dog Entertainment.
Nah, she's always been with Laverne. She's always been with them. Love Renaissance.
But then, so what was her involvement? Because did Top Dog Entertainment take her to Interscope? Because I know that when I was working
I don't know anything about the Top Dog thing, but I know that once Love Renaissance was created by four guys. There's four friends out of Atlanta, and they created Love Renaissance, and they signed her and a couple of other artists. And and I know that they went and got a deal with Universal. I don't know exactly what the contract state far as between.
I'm getting her and SZA. I'm getting her and SZA confused. Sorry about that.
Again, I don't know the difference between, I just call them Laverne because that's for this.
Yeah, it looked like Laverne, right?
Yeah. I don't know the contracts, negotiation, I guess, against Laverne. I mean, with Laverne, Summer Walker, and Universal. I don't know if she signed to Universal as far as a partnership with them, or is she still signed solely under them, or what. It sounds like to me that she probably is like a joint venture deal or what have you, far as with Laverne and her and Universal. You know what I mean?
So Interscope Interscope is a part of Universal?
I believe so.
Okay, because it says Interscope here.
It says Interscope?
Yeah. Sorry about that train going by.
No.
But but what do you make of all of that? Like signing over your masters and you know, that small advancement.
I think they caught her. I mean, it's a goofy ass deal. I mean, that's just basically what it is. You know what I mean?
They
it's
gonna
they
take proceeds of her acting,
everything. She's in the 360. It sounds like to me, someone said online, you know, they was commenting on her stuff and everything. I said, she might be in the 360. That's what it sounds like to me, because if she have to give over a percentage of things that's even non-music related, that is crazy. That is crazy. That is crazy.
Yeah. So Two-Face Capone. What do you, you know, like, is that what you were trying to prevent, stuff like that from happening for you and your artists when you came to 50/50 Music Group, to have your sort of your independence? Can you be, you know, because I'm about ready to go into to talking to you, but I just want to get your feedback on the news right now.
Move closer to your router, though.
Yeah, that's pretty much my point, is to let them get. Can you hear me?
We can now. Go ahead, baby.
That's pretty much my point, is to get them to see more of the business part as an independent artist. Mm-hmm. If they come already established, and you know, nowadays it's marketing help, like apps like Fiverr and stuff like that, promotion real cheap, so you don't have to have so many different hands in your pockets.
Right.
And that's something that I had learned from 50.
Yeah.
Because
it sounds like, you know, management.
If you can do most of the stuff that
you kind of cutting in and out. What's your internet like over there? Yeah, because you, like, we were fine with the pre-show. Now we kick it to you, and it's like it's being choppy. It's being choppy. What happened to the internet? The devil is alive. Yeah, go ahead. You know, finish talking, because it sounds like, as you said, it's a lot of hands to minimize the hands in your pocket, because sometimes the artists don't understand. You know, it seems like her management company is making a great portion of it. Then the label got to get paid, and it's just a lot of hands in her pocket, like you said.
You know, one thing, I saw her a couple weeks ago. I was looking at her because I follow Summer Walker, right? You know, I like what she does. I like her voice and everything like that. Some of the stuff she talks about and she sings about, it goes to the, anyway. But what she was doing, she couldn't get into the BET Awards or something down Atlanta. And so she was outside because of the COVID reason. It was because of COVID. It was too packed or whatever. They was at the capacity as far as their COVID restrictions. But she was outside with a hologram truck, you know, promoting her new album, like on the side of a building or something. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, I see that. I don't see a whole lot of other marketing as far as on her album. I think they're trying to let her name carry her marketing. And don't put a lot into it and see if it can draw numbers. You know, what they're trying to do is spend less and see if it hit big, and let their pockets hit big, while she gets the little 15 cent off each dollar or whatever. But she can, I mean, ain't nobody really downloading anymore. So, you know, saying $1, but in streams, 15% of a stream, whew, that is really like
low. They said it's below market.
Yes, yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes,
so
it is.
hopefully she's not stuck into that type of deal too long. And, you know, usually standard deals like ours is like a 4-year deal with a 5th-year option, correct?
Yeah. And we give the artists most of the percentages. And, you know, and I mean, we cap it off It depends on the services that we give, and we cap it off at 50%. So it'll be 50. Okay. That's why we call ourselves 50-50, because it also takes all of us, as far as your team, and also takes you as the artist. And this is a relationship, man. You know what I mean? This is like a relationship. You know, we have to get along and get together. I ain't gonna, take you in the bag and and rape you and then say go out there on the stage and then keep molesting you, for your stuff. No.
It's a bad relationship. It sounds like abusive relationship to me.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Right.
So what we do is, we are, like I said, we are opening the marketing. I mean, not the marketing, but the management, company and everything like that. So if you need all of the marketing, studio, management, everything like that, you can get it under us, and we just do like 40 to 50%. We just cut it off right there. And you know what I mean? And you keep your masters and all of that, you know what I mean?
And for like $85,000, I just don't, you don't sign your whole life over for just like a year's salary.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
saying? Nothing with that.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Fact, they put her on salary. That's what they did. They'll work. She's a worker.
Yeah, that sounds like a data analyst position. You get what I'm saying?
She's an HR assistant.
Oh God, help of Jesus. So anyways, so now real quick before we get into the top strategies for better music marketing, and we start talking to our guest here, Two-Face Capone from Capone Music Group. Capone, let me check you out real quick. Let's see about your internet real quick. How you looking over there? It's like a delay or something, huh?
Okay, you can hear me better?
Yeah, but it's like there's a drag or something when you go to talk. The screen move or whatever.
I'm gonna say turn your internet off on your phone. Turn the Wi-Fi off on your phone and use.
Oh, is he on his phone? Yeah,
I think so. I think he's on his phone.
Yeah, that may help if he get on some better Wi-Fi there, because the phone Wi-Fi seems like it's just streaming hard, but it's trying it's streaming hard but not hard enough. Let's see, because we need internet to go hard around here. So anyways, real quick before we end the news and wrap it up and go into our special guest and the topic, I wanted to get your take on this Kanye West Drink Champs interview that had everybody kind of repost, especially when he said, that one part, he had the Israelite community shook when he was on that from the 12 tribes of Judah. He meant the 12 tribes of Israel, but we know what you meant, brother. We know what you meant, Kanye. But then he also talked about, Big Sean. Remember, we talked about Big Sean's not on good records anymore. He left Kanye's label, and Kanye made a comment, just to kind of, because Big Sean put it out there that they were still good, and and they left on amicable terms. But when Kanye came, Kanye gonna speak his mind. When he spoke about it, this seemed like he was too much on good terms with Big Sean. I think I have a little clip here, so I just wanted to talk about that real quick. Let's see, Big Sean. Because let's see what this says. Just real quick, this clip.
Oh, man, look, they let that man. I know this man, mama, bro. You know what I'm saying? I've changed this man's family. Both John Legend and Big Sean, when I ran for office, got used quick by the Democrats to come at they boy that actually changed their life, and that's some sellout shit. And I don't rock with neither of them. And
fair use.
And I need my apologies. I ain't saying they're gonna change, but niggas is scared. I feel you. They, you know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't got 100 talents. They got them under pressure.
And you still got him signed to your contract? Is he still on?
Man, good. When we sign, we just working for the white labels. We ain't signing nobody. This ain't independent.
Okay, real quick before we go into let's real quick. Let's see what Big Sean had to say.
Hey, so it's the 10-year anniversary of my first album, Finally Famous. Shit is crazy. I never experienced this, but obviously I'm super grateful. It's the album that changed everything for me, It took me from being a mixtape artist to going city to city and hearing myself on the radio, with my last and with Chris Brown. So I do it.
Nah, he ain't really. I don't even want to. If he ain't talking about what happened between him and Kanye, then I don't really want to. We ain't really got to expand on that. What happened to Two-Face? Maybe he gonna come back in.
Yeah.
We just gonna pray for
But-
Two-Face. But yeah, real quick, I just wanted to say that it sounds like, you know, he's saying he was just with Kanye. A tweet. I don't know if y'all caught that he was just with Kanye. Kanye didn't say none of that. So, anyways, what's your take on Kanye's controversial interview and some of the stuff that he touched on in that interview with the Drink Champs and fair use, by the way? Where do you start?
I agree with him. I'm gonna tell you this. A lot of things he said, I agree with him 100%. A lot of things I agree with him. Certain things he was saying was ego driven. You know, that's just music business.
That's just Kanye. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you like this. Kanye is, and you're gonna be surprised about this. Kanye is a Sigma. He's a Sigma.
Oh, now please expand, because you know you're a Sigma alpha male.
He doesn't.
A Sigma male, right?
And I don't. He doesn't believe in the whole structure of society. He don't believe all that is a idea that was perpetuated on. You know what I'm saying? It's an idea on top of an idea that's on top of an idea. You know what I mean? You know, when you are a creative being and you have the ability to see outside of the norm, you know, and you come to the realization that anything is possible, and you start to see certain infrastructures as frail as they can be, then you start to speak on it. You be like, man, we've been duped all this time. Man, we got, and excuse my French, and I'm not trying to, trying to hurt anybody's feelings, or trying to, but you say, man, these stupid people running this place or running this infrastructure, or, you know what I mean? I can do way better than, and not just saying that that you will want to, you know what I mean? But
yeah,
he's a Sigma. He doesn't see in the ideal of infrastructure far as government and state and the whole idea of having a home. And I was like, he said he's worth $6.6 billion and he doesn't even own a house. And I understand that logic. I really understand that logic. He doesn't live by anybody's rules. He doesn't live by anybody's ideas. And that is what an ultimate Sigma is about. And the thing is that you don't choose to be that way. That's just the way that you are. That's the way that you're wired. You know what I'm saying? It's just the way that you're wired. And sometimes society brings that and blossoms that out of you. It's already in certain males. It's just certain things that will blossom and make it grow into what it is. And all the things that he went through has blossomed to where it is. You know what I'm saying? So he's a Sigma with bipolar issues.
Sigma male with bipolarism. Yeah. Kanye is definitely, but there was so much jewels that he dropped in that interview as well. I think he has been totally scarred by associates and friends in the industry, or people that he thought was his friends. I saw a lot of hurt and pain. A lot of people say that it's not, towards the end, I got a little bit, very emotional, especially when he was saying they, about, what they are doing to us with all of this stuff that's going on in the world right now without us getting all into it. But I saw someone who, I have to agree with Hassan Campbell, because Hassan Campbell went on afterwards and he said that he kind of sees what's going on with Kanye, kind of like the end of the lives of Michael Jackson and Prince. And then he kept making a reference that if I, in this interview, if they don't kill me from this interview, you know what I'm saying? It was just deep. It was deep. It was dark. It was funny. It was entertaining. He's a genius. He is, that Sigma male, got that bit of an arrogance and mysterious about him.
And it's the thing, the way he acts and the way he thinks, far as loyalty, it's not about the money for him, far as when he's dealing with people. It's about the relationships. You know what I'm saying? If you heard him say about what's the artist? The artist he just broke away from, Big Sean.
And John Legend. You know what I'm saying? These are people he said he helped make their careers, and then when he ran for president, they turned their back on him and ran to the Democrats and do whatever and do all the tap dancing and yes sir for the Democrats.
And the thing is, to me, I felt, and tell you the truth, I felt pissed off for him because I know exactly how, loyalty is, and it's really, really deep with me. You know what I mean? If I'm going to,
hard to find in this industry, though.
You know what I'm saying? People that I've been friends with or whatever for 30 years that I'm still in business with today. You know what I mean? Like me and my man Capone right here. We built a good relationship. Over the last 2 years. You know what I'm saying? I see him as a friend and as a business partner. You know what I'm saying? And the thing with what he was saying about with Dame Dash and all of that, he said, man, how can I can't leave my man if he the one to put me on.
Right. And you know what I liked when at the, and I'm going to play this game with y'all too at the end, instead of doing the music industry tips, since we given off tips in our conversation, the 10 strategies for better music marketing, that I think we need to go ahead and get into because we are already 31 minutes into the show. But when they asked him, who's the better CEO, Jay-Z or Dame Dash, he said, Dame.
Yeah.
I was tripping. That whole interview had me tripping.
I knew that.
Yeah,
I've been studying Dame for last about 5 or 6 years.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He was the visionary, through the whole Rockefeller thing. You know what I mean?
And I mean that was Jay-Z's heyday and some of the best music Jay-Z ever dropped. Two-Face, I'm gonna ask you about that. We're gonna check your internet too. This is an internet check too. Did you have a chance to watch the Kanye West Drink Champs interview as well?
I did not.
Oh, you did not watch it? Where you been? You in the lab too much.
Well, I most definitely am.
Come on out the lab, my friend. I gotta say, you have to watch it. And then, like I said, he had the Israelite community shook with the whole 12 tribes of Judah, but we knew what he meant though. That was deep. Everything was really deep, and some people they actually, I guess, the interviewers, DJ Effin and they were talking about Nori, how they just kind of didn't let him go deep, and then they didn't touch on certain stuff and go deep with him. They kind of kept it light and friendly and jumped off. But I know why they kept that. They own the Revolt network, and they want to keep they show. What happened to Arsenio Hall, you feel me, after such a controversial interview with like Farrakhan. But the interview was deep. So Two-Face, I say you got to watch it, brother. It was deep. It's like Kanye raw and uncut and unfiltered. Still a little all over the place, Stu, but you got to kind of read between the lines. You know what I'm saying? He's just a mysterious dude, sort of like you.
He had a lot of things to say, man. That thing was 3 hours long.
It was good though.
He had to get all of that out because he didn't have a platform or anything to get it out on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so it was nice.
At the right time.
Yeah, it was just the right. They said he didn't have any security. I don't know if Kanye's on some type of death wish though right now. You traveling. He shared a story about being in like one of the Europe countries, maybe it was like Switzerland or Belgium. No, it was Belgium, and having a black mask on and being pulled over and having a gun, kind of pulled out.
Walking.
Oh, he said he was walking. He was walking and basically had a gun put to his head. And, he's just been through a whole lot. And then now he's going through this divorce and, he's just, but I'm not digging the Marilyn Manson connection with him. He didn't really touch on that and the whole Justin Bieber. I just don't know. It's something, it's like God is using him though. I just have to say that, without turning this into some type of religious program, God is definitely using Kanye, and we could just leave it at that. All right. If you want to touch on anything else, we can go ahead and get this show jumped off right now.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Let's talk to Two-Face Capone.
It just, I mean, one more thing. It just did something to me when I was hearing him talk. It just reminded me a lot of how I think and how I perceive society and people, and it's
are
just
you telling people to go look up and see what a Sigma male is?
I mean, they can. I mean, the thing is that he has a lot of things that he's planning out, and and with one thing about Sigma males, we plan out things way ahead of time. You know what I mean? I mean, like sometimes we plan stuff out years and 2 years at a time, and we specifically, put in certain aspects of the plan at this type of time, at this time. And sometimes we don't even tell no one. We don't tell no one. You know what I mean? Because some people just won't get it. So
they just won't get it.
We just keep stuff to ourselves.
All right. Well, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, right here on the 50/50 Music Group podcast, we got our special guest, Two-Face Capone of Capone Music Group. How long you been with 50/50 Music Group? Let's just jump it off.
2 going on 3 years.
Nice.
2 going on 3 years.
Yeah.
And so Opio, I know you're very particular about artists and labels and people that you bring in. Tell us why you all connected.
You want me to tell a story?
Both y'all tell the story. Come on.
Okay. All right. So, Faith was signed to another label that had distribution through us. Yeah. So, so they really didn't do anything as far as with the deal. You know what I mean? So, we let them go or something. I don't know. They fell off. I don't know what happened. What happened with them, Faith?
Yeah, what happened, Faith?
They were coming up with $6,000 fees and $10,000 this and $3,000 that, and I'm like, it just don't make sense.
Oh damn!
So,
doing the most.
So I guess you gave them a certain amount of money. We ain't gonna say about with all that, but the thing is that, so Face, he messaged me, you know what I mean, and he was like, yeah, I was with so and so. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. He was like, yeah, they left me high and dry. They said that they gave you this type of money. I was like, I haven't talked to them people since they got their deal. I haven't talked to them at all. You know what I mean? So I said, and plus, Face was a friend of a friend. You know what I mean? And we kind of communicated that way. With through he's giving my mind right now, Face.
I think it's a event coordinator or
Anyway, so I said, hey Face, I said, you know what I'll do? I say, you give me $350, I give you a deal, and I will consult you all the way up until you don't need consulting anymore.
Okay.
So we then developed a good relationship. I'm still consulting him till this day. It's been 2 years later. So he started out as an artist. He was not an owner. He ain't know nothing about owning a record label. He ain't know nothing about any of that. So
major distribution, major video distribution, all that, the whole platform.
So first of all, what we had to do is try to get his mindset in being an owner. You know what I mean? And that is totally different from being an artist. You know what I mean? So now he has Capone Music Group, and he can tell you the rest on everything. And
Capone. So so you started off through another label, kind of like a middleman in between us. So so you connected with Opio. Now you 2 years into having this entire platform, being able to release music to over 600 online retailers, major distribution, video distribution. How is it? Let's hear from you, and then go into some of the music that you're actually dropping on this platform.
It's different. I started off as an artist, and when I started talking to it just made a big difference as far as like marketing, promotion, planning out projects, shows, ads, even the corporation, C Corp and LLCs. I learned a whole different mind state.
Now, Opio, you did this where you consulted him for $350, brother,
and I'm still consulting till this day.
Wow, just to see if he was serious about it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's all about the relationship and the friendships that you grow along the way. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're about.
I mean, that's invaluable, really. I mean, just to have somebody like you be able to kind of mentor. But that's what he said about you, Two-Face. He said, I want to, one of the first guests I want to bring on is someone that really kind of, I mentored, and that's important. So yeah, continue on, please. Thank you.
Yeah, and I mean mentored all the way from scratch. So I knew nothing about C Corps and LLCs. I didn't know how to manage myself, and it just a whole nother mind state. I think it was I started off with a book that he gave me about the music industry, and it took off from there. Especially with marketing and promotions. A lot of artists go to sleep and think they're gonna wake up and it's gonna be a million. Yeah,
right.
and it's so much more to it than that. It's really a grind.
Right.
It's a grind. And
so with the onboarding, I think Opio is the best with onboarding. So once you now you're in this platform, and it's like having the keys to the kingdom. It's like, man, I can drop something right now for one of my artists or myself, and it could be distributed globally, and I mean, how does that feel?
It feels great. It feels great to know that it's nothing that your music, it's nothing that our music can't be streamed on. It's nothing. All it takes is for the independent artist to push, and it show being independent is gonna show if you got what type of work ethic you got, as far as if you believe in yourself and if you're willing to invest and do things for yourself. Because I mean, basically, if you're an independent artist, you the manager, you the label, you everything. You got to be everything.
Right. Opio, do you have any questions or want to expand on what he's saying?
Yeah, what I wanted him to go over is from where he started to what his administration looks like. Like, who is all in your administration now from then up until now? How many staff you have and everything?
I went from just me and my godfather, which is my label manager now, Glenn, to me. I have a label manager, publisher manager, administrator. I have an A&R and a promotion, marketing, and CFO.
I mean, he running this this is a real label for you.
Yes.
This ain't just like, okay, we homeboys and we just gonna put some music out.
All of the paperwork and everything is straight. Everything.
And running and operating. Like that's huge.
And now,
I mean, that's huge.
Yeah, now I think you're doing something with the mayor in your area.
Recently, one of my artists is Queen Destiny did a show for a small town in Ohio, in Middletown, and caught the mayor's attention, and they asked Capone Music to be a part of their festivals downtown Cincinnati and Dayton, Ohio.
Yeah.
Awesome. Where are you based? Where are you based, by the way?
I'm based in Chicago, Ohio. I'm based in Chicago, but I got artists in Ohio, Atlanta, Mexico, and a few other places.
So when your A&R, they're looking or scouting for artists, and you sign someone, what are you looking for? So for all the artists that are out there, you know, interested in possibly working with you, I'm going to ask this question to both of you all, you and Opio. But let's hear from you, Two-Face. Like, what do you look for in artists when you sign them?
I look for how hard they grind. They ain't exactly got to come with a wad of money to put behind themselves. I mean, most labels, even Opio, if you come and you look like you ready to grind, you out there doing, even if it's open mics, you out there doing open mics, you handing out the cards with the barcode scan or whatever you got CDs in you. You know, if it's worth an investment, if someone, I believe in the people I sign. So if it's worth the investment and I see somebody got a nice grind, I'm willing to invest myself. So mainly just somebody with a nice grind, a good background, and can show their work.
Awesome. Well, yeah, and I just wanted to, before I turn it over to Opie, I just wanted to expand because on what you said, because a lot of artists seem to think, okay, cool, I'm signed. Now I just got to just make music and be, you know, like you said, go to sleep and think they're going to wake up a star. It's like, no, you got to continue. You got to grind harder. Now that you have this, you have major distribution, you have a team, you have people that will back you and work with you and are giving you a platform to be heard globally. It's time to even work harder. You know, so I do look for the same type of grind. I look for catalog, quality of music and stuff as well. How about you, Opio?
Oh man, I look for that all day. When I was mentoring him and we had our discussions and everything, when I was consulting him, I was telling him about the quality of the content. You know what I mean? And what's the right look and what people are looking for. And what if your stuff sounds good sonically, is it mixed right? Is your graphics and stuff done right? You know what I mean?
Your website.
There's certain, and me being a graphic designer as well, there's a certain color palette that you have to follow for being a graphic designer. You know what I'm saying? When you're designing anything, you know what I mean? So, it's just certain little nuances of information that I was giving them to make certain little corrections here and there. You know what I'm saying? And, and everything is still going. You know what I mean? He's working on an album right now, I believe, right? Face, you working on your album now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Working on a new album.
Yeah. And we had to get, out of the mode of just dropping stuff. If you want your stuff done right, you got to do it right. It might take a minute. It might take a minute. You know what I'm saying? Nobody didn't heard your stuff or, they haven't heard your new stuff. You know what I mean? So it might just take a minute to get everything right. All of your pictures, all of your videos, all of your music, all of your promotional material. You know what I'm saying? It might take a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you want it to drop right.
Okay. And so that leads us to our topic today. And I want you guys both to when I drop these top strategies for better music marketing, I want you both to feel free to comment on them. But for example, these are your tips to improve music marketing. And if you don't have some of these things, these are the top strategies for better music marketing. Okay. And this is your chance to ask a question, basically tap in and let's see, we got a couple comments. Let's see. We got to fix this too, Opio, because I don't know why it just says Facebook user. That's the only thing I don't like about the StreamYard platform.
It doesn't let you see the user I guess for private reasons.
But I know on some other channels they do allow for that. So, you know, people they're making comments. So if you guys have a question or comment, you know, feel free to you know, chime in with us right here on the 50/50 Music Group podcast. All right. So these are we've got our special guest, Two-Face Capone of Capone Music Group. We got Opio here, and these are your top strategies for better music marketing. So one of them is, you know, speaking of, you were talking about digital and graphics, is have a website. Have a website. If you're going to market yourself, having a website is non-negotiable. It's a one-stop shop for everything about you. And that includes, in my opinion, like an electronic press kit.
Yeah, that is your face online.
That is. And then it says, you know, you'll want to build a following on social media too. But third parties, but you know, those third party platforms, that's third party platforms. You get what I'm saying? But you must have your own website. And on that website, it's like your hub for all your new releases, your future touring and shows, your media appearances. It's that one click where people can kind of, you know, be invited into your world. If you have merch, it's where you can you can, you know, sell your merchandise. That's where you can have your tour dates, your contact information, your social links, your music player, your newsletter sign up, and your bio. Can you guys, you know, I know that's one of the things, Opio, that's your like pet peeve. If you want to come to 50/50 Music Group, you gotta, that's like the criteria. Can you explain?
Listen, yeah, man. We gotta have all that information on you, man. Why you don't just send me a YouTube clip? I probably won't click on that.
Yeah.
I don't even want to look at that. What I'm gonna do with that? You know what I mean? No,
the first time I sent you something, that's what you told me.
Man, gotta have a website.
Yeah, I'm like, man, what I'm gonna do with this, man? I can't do nothing with this. You know,
right?
I need a bio. I need to know your story. I need to know what you're doing, where you at. You know.
And we not only, you know, as you can see, Opio for a minimum amount took phase and has been consulting him and brought him in to this dynamic platform and partnership with Universal Music Group. And you know, we can help you with that. We can help you with that website. We can help you with that press kit. We're here to help you succeed. Your success is our success. So like we said, the merch store, all of the things that could actually help you make more money, that is a huge tip. So if you guys need help with the website, you know, and then the newsletter sign up, let's not sleep on the emails. That's how you build business. That's how you build relationships with your fans and connect with your fans. And then the second thing, it says create an electronic press kit. So the first two top strategies we've already kind of covered. You know, like he said, he needs your bio. Your bio should be your elevator pitch. You get what I'm saying? That you know, what are those top things? Make sure you keep it no more than 2 or 3 sentences as far as in a as far as your elevator pitch. You know, your bio could be more than that, but you definitely to introduce yourself to someone, make sure you know you have a solid 2 to 3 first introduction sentences. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Promo photos. That EPK gun in that website, you need good photos. Like if I was an artist, literally, I would be taking photos at least once a month. At least once a month.
And you need your press kit, and you need good photos if we need to send you out to booking agencies or booking agents.
Because now we have a management side of 50/50.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And we need to have all of that for, you know, to do branding partnerships and things of that nature.
You wouldn't believe how many artists come to me needing a press kit and don't even have professional photos. It's like, okay, you're gonna have to go do A, B, and C before you can even kind of work with me. You get what I'm saying? And that's part of the reason why I really don't even do publicity anymore. You know, I my claim to fame and how I really got involved in the music industry or entertainment has been through, you know, PR, but a lot of, I would say, you know, people just don't have their stuff together. What key things, somebody asked us a question, what key things should you hit in your elevator pitch? Opio, would you like to answer that?
You deal with EPKs, right? You do that.
Okay, well, I didn't want to keep taking over the show. Yeah. I wanted to give everybody a chance. Two-Face, do you have a suggestion before I talk about it?
No.
You don't? Okay, so the elevator pitch, in my opinion, I would definitely say something strong about your musical prowess. What makes you different from any artist? Make it stand out. Where you from? Who's your musical influence? Your sound. All of that should be captured in that, and then even whatever your numbers are. You get what I'm saying? Because this industry is about numbers.
That is key.
Yeah,
the numbers is key.
Your following. You get what I'm saying?
Know exactly where your followers are.
Yeah, your impact. So that should definitely be your first paragraph before you talk about your mom and daddy and where you was born and all of that, and or as far as your how you got into the music industry. We definitely want to know the who, what, when, where, why, and how. That covers that really covers your overall, as far as as far as your elevator pitch. Okay. And do some research on it. Don't just take what I say, my word for it. Definitely do some research on even product elevator pitch for salespeople. So that's what we want to say about that right there.
WPK a resume.
Yeah, it really is. And I constantly, I'm updating Jay Howe, great artist. His music is in rotation. Shout out to Lester Pace. But yeah, I'm updating their bio. They're constantly, every quarter, I'm constantly kind of updating his press kit, his new, his career progression. It's your career progression. No one wants to see an email with a whole bunch of links and attachments, and I got to download all this. Send me one document that has everything in it that I need, with all your links, your photos, and your website, your artist link. That's really important right now too. That's a top strategy, in my opinion, for better music marketing, is that artist link. Tell us about the service that we have. And Opio, I don't know if you mind if we go past an hour today, because we got a lot to cover. We got a special guest.
I don't mind. I always thought that an hour was a little too short anyway. But
okay, I'll be trying to keep it to the hour. But we make our own rules on this podcast, so it's not like we're at a radio network and we only have an hour. Let's go a little further today.
Okay, that's what because today we got the staff meeting at 4:30 at 4:00. So
okay,
because we and before I go into Artist Link, because we're getting ready to introduce a new CRM for the team, where you can do everything within the CRM.
You can lying.
Yeah. You can
nice.
Project all of your projects. That's not even
your pipeline.
It's everything.
Your whole
it's like
pipeline.
The thing it's like everything for the team.
I work in sales, real estate, commercial sales. So I work in sales. So the CRM for the music is gonna kill the game. And see, people don't understand.
It's for like the central and everything is like for distribution and dispatch and everything. This is for administration purposes for the team. You know what I mean? So any stuff that we need to do, we can also do.
And it will be nice to see their pipeline. We have a bunch of labels. We have tons of artists, and so seeing what people have, what they have coming up in the future releases, and then
you can see on the calendar. You can see on the calendar. Everybody, all of the team can see everything on the calendar of what's coming up and what we're going to be doing in the future and everything like that. You can also do Zoom. You can also do Zoom Minute and everything. So we'll do all that at 4:00. But Artist Link is it's kind of like Linktree, but it has a lot more options. You know what I mean? That's a thing that we own, a platform that we own, that we give to our labels and artists for free as part of their package as well. I was just working on it a little bit yesterday. You know what I mean? And just going in and updating it and everything like that.
Yeah, I need mines. I really gotta work on that because I want to just be able to send people to like link in bio. That's so key that if you want this new song or whatever, go to my artist link. And that's gonna lead you to the website. That's gonna lead you to my YouTube channel. That's gonna take you to my iTunes store, my Amazon, my Spotify. Everything about you is in that link. All press release links.
So all of our artists and labels, stop using LinkedIn. We have our own, and it's free.
Linktree,
and you don't have to worry about the free version because we have the ultimate version where gives you a whole lot of options. Okay, it gives you a whole lot of options to do whatever that you want to do as far as any of your links. So stop using LinkedIn.
Linktree.
Linktree. Yeah.
Right.
So
I'm not used to this like being in the first spot. I'm used to you being in the first spot because I try to put the camera just on you.
It's good.
All right. So look, so we have Artist Link. That is also a feature that you get with being a part of 50/50 Music Group. If you guys have any questions, you can always email us right now at podcast at 5050mg. And this is the 50/50 Music Group podcast. We appreciate you watching and tapping in. We're going to actually stay on a little bit longer than an hour. We've been on for an hour right now, but we're going to go ahead and keep talking to our special guests. I'm having a really good time. We're having a really good conversation. The topic right now is 10 strategies for better music marketing. So we covered a lot. That press kit also has your videos, any kind of press clips, social clips, and all of that kind of stuff. Let's put a pin right here in the music videos and visuals. Two-Face, what are you guys, what's your video strategy right now for some of the releases that you guys do in your visuals?
The better the quality, the better the more you invest into your video, the better the quality. Also the scenes, I suggest people try to be different, because now all you get is a bunch of people standing around in one spot in the middle of the street.
The visuals are important, man. I think they help you. Right now, we're in a very visual generation. You know what I mean? So we need visuals to help sell the music, sell the artist. So videos are super important. And what I like compared to our, compared to the tier 2 distribution companies out there, like, CD Baby and TuneCore and some of them is, we offer major video distribution, which we've hit on every show, because that's so key. That's so important. A lot of artists, independent artists, you put your music on TuneCore, you just, have to rely on YouTube or maybe, some type of advertising, doing some kind of Google advertising to help boost your videos. But this, having this platform actually helps you get your video on a lot of other video distribution platforms. And let's talk about that, Opio. Let's talk about the videos again.
One thing that we have a problem with, that our labels, when they first come on, if you want to distribute a video, it has to be converted into industry standard.
Now his internet.
It has to be industry standard quality. All right. What we mean by that is it has to be high ProRes 422 HQ, which is standard for TV networks.
Oh, wait a minute. We're going to have to say that all over. I think some connection is unstable.
Okay. All right. You good? You good?
We're sorry, y'all. We I don't know if you guys can still hear us.
Okay. Yeah, they heard me.
Opio.
Yeah, I can still hear you.
Yeah, I still hear you.
You good?
Yeah, we are having. I lost.
Oh. Okay. Well, industry standard quality is high ProRes 422 HQ. That is standard for TV networks, for television, for major video distribution to Vivo, to music, Apple Music, all to the department stores, things of that nature. So we have a lot of videographers that don't know that standard of conversion rate, which is a problem. But they get on board, and then we figure it out. You know what I mean? And I know that you was having a time with that too, wasn't you, Capone, for a minute?
Yeah, a lot of video guys don't know what the Apple ProRes is, mainly because they use the old Adobe Premiere.
Yeah.
And I don't think Apple ProRes come with it. But I mean, if once they use Apple ProRes, you won't regret it. So.
Yeah, it comes with what's that? What's the video? Final Cut. It comes with Final Cut.
Yeah.
That's like one of the default. That's like one of the default settings as far as for Final Cut. You know what I'm saying? Is high ProRes, Apple high ProRes. You know what I mean? And that is industry standard, far as TV and TV networks and video distribution. You know what I'm saying? And as you were saying, Face, that some videographers don't know anything about Apple ProRes because they are stuck on the YouTube thing. They are stuck on just putting stuff on YouTube and not doing things for networks. You know what I mean?
Right. And can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. So, and I'm sorry, you guys, I lost connection. My internet must have chuckled, but we back. But anyways, I'm glad you guys weren't cut off. But yeah, we do have a protocol, and that's one of the things that holds one of my labels up all the time is that he works with videographers that don't give him that TV high res video once the video is shot, and that's the only way that we can accept it. You get what I'm saying? And so I wanted to ask, there's a question right here, and shout out to everybody who's leaving comments or have a question. If you have a question, just hit us up. But it says, this Facebook user says, would it be better to have someone there to set the scene when a video is being done?
I think you should do a video treatment first before you even go into production. You already know what the plan is as far as what scene you want to do, where you want to do them at. As far as go out, scout some scenes. If it's a good scene for us for video, then you mark it down in your count. You mark it down in your book. Yeah, I like to have this scene here. You know what I'm saying? I like to have this scene here. You know what I mean?
And what do you think? I mean, yeah, and you should that your video should be moving. You should be cutting to different scenes like every about 3 to 5 seconds. You know what I mean? It should be moving. It definitely should have a treatment. So there's some kind of strategy or story or just some type of end result, a way that you can connect with your audience, with your fans. So yes, absolutely.
It's two really good up and coming videographers that we getting ready to start using. One is in South Carolina, and the other one is here in the DC area. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna go ahead and shout them out. My man Shots Major, that's in South Carolina, really good videographer, man. As far as hip hop and everything like that, he really got it down. And the other one is Film Stop. Which is he's more of a cinematic type of videographer. He does a lot of cinematic type stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's really good quality. You know.
And, so it's about that, like, who, you know, you don't even have to pay an arm and a leg. Remember, you know, music videos be the cost of a car or even higher. They spend tons of money, like the cost of a house, on music videos, but you don't even have to, you know, spend that type of money on shooting good videos and stuff anymore. You know, you just get you a good videographer that knows what they're doing. You guys put together a treatment and then make it happen. You know, bring the song to life. That's ultimately what videos are there to do.
Videographer right there. Got the camera back there if anybody. And if our people needs to use it or whatever, they can come and get it and use it for whatever that they need to use it for. You know what I'm saying? That's why we built the whole studio where they can come and use, you know, whatever that they want to use. So yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Another one of our, you know, top strategies for better music marketing, just to go back into the topic, is create social media accounts for your music. It says once, and this is an article, by the way, in neilpatel.com. It's his blog. So I shout out to him because I read this and I was like, you know, we need to have this conversation with our viewers, our listeners, our followers. So it says, create social media accounts for your music. Once upon a time, music fans liked their favorite artists to be mysterious and aloof. Today, we want constant access to the acts we love. So it says, have a strong and growing social media following on sites like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. That can make a big difference. And right now it's like TikTok. You know, I like Jason Derulo. Jason Derulo does some really key things where it's not just like, I'm promoting my music all the time. Promote my music. He does like cool, like recipes, and then he has his I'll say his child's mother, not his baby mama. I ain't gonna do him like that, but she's like a social media influencer, and they do some really cool social media TikToks together. Now they include the baby in it too. So, you know, it, like you said, in this day and age that we're living in, you know, we want constant access to our celebrities, you know, I guess with the fans, because not me, but you know, I do, like, for example, I was trying to talk to one of my artists that I really want to bring over here. But I was talking to him and I want him to go on YouTube. I think he has a solid voice. He speaks his mind. I think he would be a great YouTuber. Okay. And I think that YouTube platform could actually help him connect with, grow his audience and connect his music to a bigger audience by just, you know, kind of the traditional way. You just putting out music and dropping it, you know, on Friday. You get what I'm saying? So it'll help you connect. Why are these YouTubers, like right now, people are blowing up on YouTube and they don't even have talent, you know? So you'll see some of the artists now with podcasts, and you'll see some of the artists out there, you know, basically with YouTube channels trying to connect with a deeper connection with fans. So definitely, what's your take on that about the social media and like TikTok?
I mean, the thing is that you know, I'm usually a private guy, you know what I mean? But I see that, you know, the wave of, you know, social media is upon us. So now I have to try to join in on the social media thing.
Hence why we're doing this podcast.
You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean? But, you know, as far as like, you know, me post, I just find it a little uneasy just to post me. I'm just not one of those people that be like, hey, look at me. Look at, no, I'm just, if I'm not being photographed or being somebody else is doing it, then most of the time I'm not going to do it. But I have to get myself into that whole mindset of doing that. And, you know, and trying to grow my following.
Yeah, and that's what I mean? And that's what, you know, I think some people are private people, and it is hard. Like, I'm not a TikToker, you know what I mean? I don't want to be sitting up here dancing and singing to somebody else's music and doing voiceovers and stuff like that. So TikTok is not the platform for people like you and me, and we're, you know, but there are a lot of people that are using it for social injustice movements. There, you know, it's just to me, there's there's a lot of creative ways to using it. The stories, we talked about that last week, the stickers, using the stories and different ways to connect and get better engagement. So you need engagement though. And it says social media, having a social media presence will help you speak directly to your fans, promote your music, announce your tour dates, and generally build a community around your work. So I think, you know, as a person who works with artists and a person who specializes in music digital strategy, I do think that every song you got to treat it as a new product, as a new baby with its own link, its own, you know, social media strategy, a one sheet, you know, a section on your website. You know, it's got to be. You got to treat that thing like it's a new product, because it is. It's a digital product, but it's a new product.
Yeah, I was just talking to an artist yesterday. I was consulting the artist. They came and saw me up in studio, and I was telling them that you have to have your separate social media accounts as far as for your music. You know what I mean? Because you got to separate the two. You know, if you want
your personal life.
Yeah,
like you said last week you can't stand a private artist is private.
That don't make no sense. It doesn't make sense. If you're trying to get known, why is stuff private? That don't make sense. That don't make sense. Yeah, that is stupid to me. But But you know, like I'm saying, I was just telling the artist yesterday, you know, you got to have all separate social media accounts as far as for your music. You know, and once you know, either you can have us create them for you, or you can create them yourself. But the thing is that once you, and that's another thing as you come aboard as an artist with us, that, you know, even though, you know, we going to do all your promotion and everything like that, we need access to that so we can go ahead and put all of the right graphics at the right time for your releases, the whole 9 yards, making sure all of your stuff is right, make sure all your stuff is correct and everything like that. You know what I mean? So it's very imperative that you have your own music social media accounts. You know, that's really imperative that you have that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Got anything to say, Capone, about it?
Yeah, Capone.
Also, adding like groups, different groups is important. As far as like self promotion. A lot of groups, a lot of people complain about the you know, they don't get a lot of streams or a lot of followers on Instagram and Facebook, or they can't afford to pay for the boost. If you add groups that ask you to drop your link, they promoting on Spotify and Apple Music, Deezer, Tidal, and stuff like that for free.
That's a good idea, because I was thinking about doing the same thing even for our podcast. You know, create a group within, you know, take time when I'm off the air to build that group within Instagram, where you can just shoot that one group a link to say, hey, here's my, you know, check us out right now. We're streaming live, you know, and just so that is very important. You know, you have those diehard fans, or create those groups of influencers on Instagram that are following you to keep them in touch. Like I get them all the time, you know, and it almost makes you think that they're sending it to you personally. But but so that's a gem right there. Thank you, Two-Face, for, you know, talking about that and utilizing the group features. Now you said they have the group kind of features on Instagram, or I mean, I'm sorry, not social media, just not social media. They have them on the music platforms too.
Well, now on Facebook, well, you know, Instagram linked to Facebook, so. But now on Facebook, they got it where they got certain groups where it's like 23,000 members, and they promote those members
Facebook groups.
and those members have playlists on like Spotify and Apple Music, and they willing to add you to their playlist for free.
Okay, so, that's dope. I belong to a couple different Facebook groups. You're right. That is that's a jewel. Not only the groups on Instagram that you can kind of submit your stuff to, but the Facebook groups, which you like you said, they got like 20,000, 30,000, 5,000, 10,000 group members, and you know, and they add you to your group, and then you're able to kind of market within that group, right?
Yeah. A lot of, you know what, and a lot of people don't know that. Spotify is a social media platform.
Right.
The main thing is just music. You know what I mean? It's a social media platform.
And I think artists need to do more of they need to promote more of like fans to follow them on those, follow me on Amazon Music, follow me on Spotify or Apple Music, because I do get notifications. Like I follow this one group. I really like these brothers, Wave Pop. So Spotify will always notify me. I get an email. Wave Pop just dropped a new record. You know what I'm saying? And then I get that notification. So that's important too. I think that's a great strategy, is, doing campaigns surrounded to have people follow you. People don't understand that they follow you on Spotify. They will get notified when you drop new music. That's a strategy right there. You know what I'm saying? So we should do, artists and labels should do more campaigns based around people following them, because that does, like you said, Spotify is nothing but a big music social media platform. So use it like that, guys. Start thinking about that. So some of the other strategies, and I was seeing like producers, and I was listening to people that are actually creating like Patreon channels, where if you have a diehard group of fans and people and followers, you can create like a Patreon channel where people can get exclusive information. Even someone like Issa Rae. Issa, she has the show Insecure, and she, she's huge in our urban culture right now. She came from YouTube, and her show is on HBO. But anyways, she has a label with artists and stuff like that too. She uses her own music, or she uses, I think Raphael Sadiq is her music supervisor, and they put some really good music on her show. I have to say that. Like, I've listened to music on Insecure and went and streamed it. So but yeah, she has a Patreon channel, and I was listening to this producer. So he was saying, for how he had some steady income coming in, and during the pandemic, is he created like a group of within Patreon, and he was able to give them exclusive content. What's up, Nathan? So now we can see Nathan, Nathan Watley. Yeah. Good morning, panel. So it might be if somebody's private. If somebody's a private Facebook user, that's why I might just say Facebook user. But what's up, Nathan? Thank you for chiming in. He said, good morning, panel. Good morning to you, brother. Thank you for checking us out this morning. And so anyways, we got a special guest, Two-Face Capone in the building, Capone Music Group. We got Opio and your girl D'Lyte right here. We got a few more things to hit on before we can get up out of here. Let me see. What am I going to go with next? One of the top strategies, pitch your music to media outlets. Now, Opio, we can assist with that within 50/50 Music Group, right? Because it says, try reaching out to music and lifestyle bloggers. And some people, yes, all artists aren't marketing people. They're not PR people. They don't really know how to do this, but it says, but some can do it yourself. So these are pointers to try to give you tips on how you can do this yourself. But yeah, some of those, that's part of that strategy is pitch your music to media outlets. Right now there's playlist curators.
That's called product placement. You know what I mean?
Okay, so product placement.
Yeah, and we do help with that far as with marketing. That goes under the marketing. Once you do marketing and everything, we do product placement. In groups, UMG, they will pitch your stuff far as for product placement and things of that nature.
Music and lifestyle bloggers, music industry press, local radio, national radio, playlist creators, or curators. That right now it says, targeting Spotify curators. We talked about targeting
all of that
music now, Facebook groups. Yeah.
Now we just got an email a couple of weeks ago that they're about to stop Spotify editors, playlist editors.
Wow, really?
All of the stuff starting to go just more algorithmic. So they're getting ready to get rid of all of them.
So because it could be, I think it always kind of walked the line of payola in a sense. but they listed some of these popular unofficial playlist curators. So people like, I know a lot of people go to Submit Hub. I've heard about them.
Yeah, a lot of people don't.
Musician.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that you can also submit your songs through artist.spotify.com through your artist. A lot of people don't know that. You know what I mean? They have their own, Spotify have their own platform where you can send your releases to their playlist. You know what I'm saying? The more that you're on Spotify, the more the algorithms will pick you up. You know,
and speaking of that, what I realized and what I've been told and during my research too, if you haven't claimed your artist page on Spotify, and your Spotify, you don't have any branding, your banner, your pictures, your bio on there, they won't even really consider you. You're not considered a serious artist. So you have to do all of that before you even try to submit your music, guys. The
more Spotify links that you share, the more you're on and you're engaging with other people and you're listening to playlists and you're creating playlists, the more the algorithm will pick you up. They say, okay, let me see what this artist is doing. All right. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling what this artist is doing. I'm feeling it. Okay. Yeah. Oh, they shared this link. Okay, then let me give them, let me put
that's
them
how the algorithm works.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Yep.
And you guys have to, like I said, you have to claim, you guys have to claim your, your Spotify artist page and get that thing together. Get your banners on there. First thing you can't even do. Yeah, you can't even. We can't even think about getting you submit you to any playlist or even submit you to our Spotify playlist without having your branding and having access to your own music playlist. Your music artist profile. It has to be verified. You have to claim it. You have to get into it. All right. So we have another question here. He says, yes, I agree. UMG owns Spotify. Is that true?
No, they don't own Spotify.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know about that.
They don't own Spotify. They can't own Spotify. What they did was they had an agreement with Spotify, a license agreement. You know what I mean? But in that agreement is that they can't create a record label. Spotify can't create a record label or they will pull all of their music down. Universal, Sony.
That's why they haven't created a record label.
So that's why they was getting ready to buy DistroKid, or they bought into DistroKid, but I guess that got stopped. So so they don't Spotify. No, they can't.
All right. We have a few more. Let me see. Create merch to market your music. That's one we touched on. We touched on merchandise. Invest in your music if possible. The old saying, it takes money to make money, might be cliche, but it's true. It takes money to make money. So don't just think that your music is just going to sit out there. You got to invest in your music. Because like you said, we don't charge, we don't nickel and dime our artists, where we're not going to charge you for every release, every single, every album release. You can release unlimited music with us, right? Opio, they can release unlimited music, and you don't have to pay for releases. However, there should be some type of marketing budget around your marketing strategy. So all of these things that we're talking about but you said they might be stopping it, where it's going to be more organic as far as getting your music pitched to the playlist pitching.
More algorithmic.
It's going to go more algorithmic, so that it's more organic, I guess, instead of being, they just paid us such and such dollars, and now we're going to put them on all these playlists.
And the thing is that, in Group UMG, they got, all of that in the background. They got proprietary software that it helps you potentially knows exactly where your music is going and where to market to where your music is going. And then what you can do is go over into Dispatch and create an ad towards that music where it's going. So I don't have to go to I don't have to go to Spotify. I mean, I don't have to go to Instagram or Facebook to create an ad. I can do that with
So there's services within the platform that they can artists and labels could purchase to actually
as the parent label we got access to. I can give that access to anyone. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's nothing but just giving them, access to it. And that's why I said about, the great relationship that we have for us with UMG, that, we kind of like give access to our labels and our artists. You know what I mean? It's not like that I have to really like email them anything to give access to. Now, if it's a new account, like if it's a new label, then all I do is send an email and then they will create it. But then I will be the mother of that account and give them access to certain things and that nature like that. So, It's a blessing that they trust us to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't like to
get your music. Well, I'm sorry to cut you off. What were you getting ready to say?
No. Go ahead.
No, I mean but there's a lot of other services. When we say invest in your music, invest in yourself. It takes money to make money. When it comes to music and lifestyle bloggers, I've noticed as a publicist, it used to be where you could just hire a publicist, maybe retain them for $1,000 or $3,000 a month, whatever they charge, and then they had such a great relationship with the media outlets that we could just get your music played and put it on this website or that website. Now, granted, there's still some people like maybe Jake Crates, shout out to Jake Crates, that you could go to that has great relationships with some of the music, maybe The Source and XXL and Dirty Glove Bastards or whatever, just the different hip hop music websites or any of the music websites for that example. Like maybe Pitchfork, just some of the bigger ones too. But music and lifestyle bloggers, that's gonna to get that type of promo, it will cost, and I really don't want to talk about radio, but that's something I worked in, guys. You know what I mean? I worked on the radio and I worked with radio consultants. Okay. To hire consultants. It costs.
But remember we was talking about that, and some of the people that you to do radio use the system that we use, and we was talking about that. You know what I mean? And it's just people just paying high prices, boy, for people have high price for radio, man. That's
no, radio is hiring radio consultants, and like I said, I've worked for them. We've touched major records and worked with the major record labels and radio stations, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. But it's not just a it just doesn't, your music just doesn't appear on the radio. There is a strategy behind it, and it really is all about who and what your budget is. What is your budget? Okay. But we've touched on a lot of great top strategies for for better music marketing. So I hope that you guys got something out of all of that today. Remember, you can always email us at podcast@5050mg if you have any questions about the music industry. If you just want to learn better about 5050 Music Group, if you want to get down with us like Two-Face Capone with Capone Music Group, you want to have your own label and get consulting from people that really have your best interest. Your phone going ham. If you want to get if you want to get consulting and if you kind of lost in your career and you've been doing it the same way and not getting the same results, just hit us up. Go to 5050mg.com. You can hit us up anytime at the email too that we just provided. But before we go out of here, usually I give tips, but the topic of this whole show was about tips. So I want to do what they kind of did on Drink Champs, because I really like that segment they did with Kanye, and they asked him some questions like, you rather this artist or that artist, or if this a better CEO or this the better CEO. So I'm gonna ask Two-Face the first one. Okay. So I hope you didn't watch the episode, but I thought this was real cool. So So I'm gonna ask you, who's the better artist right now, Two-Face? We gonna go old school with this one. I'm trying to see where your mind is at. LL Cool J or Big Daddy Kane?
Oh, that's his area right there. Yeah, that's his area.
You trying to call him old? Yeah. What let me hear. Let me see what you have to say. LL Cool J or Big Daddy Kane?
LL.
Oh, come on, brother.
Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, I can hear you. I didn't hear that though.
Okay, my bad. LL Cool J.
He said LL. What do you have to say, Opio? Come on, man.
I say Big Daddy Kane is all right. He's cool.
Okay.
He's nice. LL was more impactful.
A trendsetter.
Yeah. He was more
okay. So we got two for LL.
Yeah.
All right. And Nathan Watley said, "Thank you, Two-Face for being on the panel." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Good looking out. Good looking out, Nathan. I appreciate you chopping it up with us and tapping in with us today. Yeah, that's dope. They appreciate you being on with us. All right, I got another one for you. Cardi B or Megan Thee Stallion, Two-Face? Come on.
Megan Thee Stallion.
Megan, really? Okay.
I like bars. I like verses.
Okay. Now, Opio, you want to have two people on? You have two stream accounts right now?
Yeah, because I'm on 1% on this one, so I'm about to.
Okay, you want me to add the other one?
Yeah, add the other one.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, now I'm gonna have to.
Sorry about that, y'all.
Kick from the studio. Oh, okay. You turned that one off. Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, we're gonna let you go in a minute, Opio. I see you moving around, getting ready for your next meeting. But yeah. All right. So how about you, Opio? He said Megan got better bars. Cardi or Megan?
I'm really not a big Megan fan.
Really?
I'm not a big Megan fan.
Okay. So it's a Cardi for you?
Yeah, it's Cardi. You know, the thing was Cardi grew on me. You know what I'm saying? That voice grew on me. So I'll say Cardi.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So you know what? I think if so I would have said Big Daddy, but both y'all won because y'all said I think.
I mean, you know, Big Daddy.
Yeah, so 2 against 1. So that's in this case, though, there's one for Cardi, one for Megan. I'm gonna go with Megan. Okay. So there we go. And let's go with another one real quick. This one gonna be kind of hard though. Maybe not. We'll just see. We'll see where you at, Two-Face. Michael Jackson or Prince? They asked this one. To Kanye. Let's see what you have to say.
Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
Oh, of course, Michael, man.
Of course, Michael.
Of course, Michael.
I love me some Prince, but Michael had been in the game a lot longer, and he's just Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Hey, there's never gonna be another one. I don't know, man. But Chris Brown, I don't know, man. If he stop all you know. And the thing is, I'm not a fan of artists. I'm not a fan of art, but Chris Brown, that's one dude I'm a fan of. Because he got the whole package. He has the potential of being the next Michael if he wanted to. But
I think he is in his own way, for this generation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So let's shout out Nathan again. Nathan is definitely tapped in with us today. He said LL Def Jam had a better development program than Cold Chillin' Records. Okay, well that's your opinion.
Right.
And he said Megan. He went with Megan too. And then of course he went with Michael Jackson. Of course. He went with Michael Jackson. So that's what's up. All right. So let me see which one I got. 2 more. I got 2 more here before we wrap up the show. Now I gotta see where Two-Face is on this. Marvin Gaye or Maze featuring Frankie Beverly? See that? You wasn't even ready for that one.
No, I wasn't. No.
Come on now. See what I'm saying? Frankie Beverly and them. You gonna say? But let me just say this: Frankie Beverly and Maze, Maze featuring Frankie Beverly, they've been touring. They still touring to this day off that one album.
I'm gonna tell you this.
Okay, go ahead.
I picked Frankie Beverly, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
The DC area loves Frankie Beverly.
They gonna come
anytime he comes here. He goes to the Carter LeBaron and sells out. Anytime he comes.
We just had to add a second show in Dallas. We added a second show. Hey, Frankie Beverly and Isley Brothers.
Everybody come out with their white linen in the summertime.
I mean, but Marvin very prolific. You know what I'm saying? He changed the culture, classic music. So this one is a hard one.
We love Frankie Beverly in the DC area. So even though, Marvin Gaye is from DC. Yeah. Even though, Marvin Gaye is from DC. We love Frankie Beverly though.
All right. Yeah. All right. Well, you know what? I'm just gonna let that one go right there because that was hard. But I think let's see, Nathan. What Nathan say? Prince was a better musician. Mike was a better entertainer. All right. Well, Nathan, that is very true. And he said Marvin Gaye, and I'm kind of on the fence because they both great. Marvin Gaye is, like I said, they're two different type of artists. But I think if Marvin Gaye had a better run, like if he wasn't murdered, so young in his career, he probably would be touring still to this day too. And let's see what he said. Marvin was one of the few artists that Berry Gordy allowed to write his own material. Plus, we don't talk about the Hello, My Dear international release record. Okay, Nathan is going deep this morning with us. You feel me? Okay. And then last but not least, and I'm gonna bring this one up to the future. And speaking of future, Two-Face, Drake or Future? I know they got an album together right now, but as two different artists, Drake or Future, Two-Face. Come on.
Drake.
Okay.
Yeah,
Kanye said Future.
I like lyrics.
Yeah, Kanye said Future is like one of the most influential, I guess, artists or hip hop artists of this time.
Yeah, he sold the most records of all time as far as hip hop. I like Drake. I like how his cadence is. I like how he switches up his cadence.
So collectively, what are we saying here? Drake or Future? Two-Face said Drake.
Yeah, I say Drake.
Two-Face said Drake, and you okay? We're gonna go with Drake. Yeah, Future. Yeah. Future is dope. Future is, he
brings a lot of swag with his stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Nathan Watley, he also said Drake has a better business team, but Future is a better creator. Interesting. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Interesting. I like it. All right, y'all. Well, look, it was nice. The internet's been choppy. We had a little bit of technical issues trying to get on in the beginning of the show. Yeah. But man, this has been a good one. We had to extend this one with you, Two-Face. It's great to just hear from other labels and people in the music industry and be able to share tips and everything with our audience out there. That's what this is about: empowering, influencing, and educating our people. And I think that's what why we created this podcast, in addition to be able to connect with people outside of just being behind our computers doing music and being in the studio and distributing and doing everything that we do. We do this for the people, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Two-Face, you got any words of to leave? How do people follow you? All of that. Can you give tell the people?
I appreciate y'all having me. If you want to follow me, It's Capone Music INC. My website, CaponeMusicINC.com. Facebook, same thing.
That's important.
I appreciate
Keeping your
y'all,
branding
and it was my pleasure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's important.
Branding consistency.
Yeah, y'all heard that, right? He said what he said. That's it's Capone Music INC. It's consistent across all boards. That was a tip right there as well. So y'all make sure y'all follow Two-Face. And Two-Face, it was a pleasure with being with us today. I sure appreciate it. Nathan Watley said, great panel today. Keep this going. Thank you so much. Opio, what you got to say before you go on to your next meeting and everything else we got going on today?
I'm getting everything done for this meeting today. You know, we introducing a new CMS for the team and for all of our clients and everything like that. But everybody, you know, stay good, stay healthy, get your music done. You know what I mean? Please stay healthy in mind, body, and soul always. You know what I'm saying? Put a plan together, put a strategy together, and follow it to the T. Don't let nobody tell you any different. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is not you. You are not everybody. You know, and just stay yourself, stay humble, stay yourself, and see you at the top.
All right. Tap in with us every Sunday, 50/50 Music Group Podcast, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be back with more topics, more guests, and you guys have a great week ahead. We love y'all.
Mm-hmm.